when I joined your company first, this was my first job in Canada as an immigrant, right? Um, we always spoke about a lot of big things, how we want to support and how we want to empower the community, right? And that's what keeps me driving, that people, seeing people win, our people win, all of them win, and the satisfaction that they get out of coming out of different programs and different mentorships, be it accelerators or be it coaching sessions or workshops, right? It gives an immense satisfaction to myself and to the company, because it's, at the end of the day, it's all about connections that you make at a personal level.
Morning, everyone. My name is Chris-Beth Cowie and the founder of Empowered Facts. It is a privilege to be here with you this morning. We're going to have a little fun today. It is Friday, right? So really talking a little bit about what we're doing here at Empowered Facts to make a difference in the lives of entrepreneurs we work with. And one of my teammates, Raj, is probably going to join us later on in the show, but we're going to just spend some time. I'm gonna wait until a couple of you come onto Facebook. If you have any questions specifically for me, I'm happy to answer that as well. But to kick us off this morning, I thought I would just highlight and remind people that today and tomorrow is the Afro-Caribbean Business Legacy Symposium. I was there this morning talking about change, and I'm gonna share a little bit about what I talked about in that segment. But really, if you're looking to find supports on building your business in an effective way, learning from 16 dynamic speakers over the next 2 days, today and tomorrow, definitely you want to check out the ACBN Legacy Symposium. Things that I heard this morning: people are hungry for making a difference in the community. People are seeking opportunities to make a difference, and people are looking for community to make a difference. Honestly, here at Empowered Facts, we are so excited because every day we get a chance to do that for the people that we're serving. So entrepreneurs that are looking for community, that are looking for access to resources and opportunities, we are providing that for them through our partnerships, through the learning opportunities that we do here at A4X. So one of the things that's coming up really soon is our Business Accelerator, the second cohort. We're really excited because this first cohort, which started in January 2021, we're working currently with 9 companies to help them, one, become technologically enabled, and two, if they have the opportunity to and desire to develop digital tools, we're also able to help them do that. One of the things that we're discovering with many entrepreneurs in our entire community is that many of them are operating service-based organization or low-tech companies. And what does that mean? As a result of COVID, many of them have been forced to pivot, I think across the board, right? Businesses have pivoted dramatically during this time, but sadly, many of them were forced to close their doors. And so really looking at a way in which we can support these people as they're navigating this time, we are providing through our Business Accelerator the education that's needed to know how to restructure their business, how do they pivot during this time, and how do they get potentially investment ready and procurement ready. As you know, lots of funding is being talked about coming down the pipeline, in particular for Black entrepreneurs. This is great, an opportunity for people to tap into, not just for Black entrepreneurs, but the government has put out government grants for all entrepreneurs across Ontario and beyond. So I want to encourage folks, if you see granting opportunities whereby you can access government grants, take advantage of it and use those as a tool to help enhance and augment your business. We understand that financials is the lifeblood of your business. If it's not coming in, your business is sadly dying, and you need to change that story. And so with the help of our team and our partnership with ACBN, we've been able to provide walkthrough videos on how people could navigate and access some of these granting opportunities that are shared. At the end of the session today, I will make sure the link to the current Ontario Service Grant is available to you, and the walkthrough ACBN did in order to help people navigate that. But I will also share, if you do have an accountant on your team, your accountant should be helping you look at your numbers and helping you plan and access some of these grants as well. If your accountant isn't doing that, I like to say you may need to change your accountant if they're not working for you, right? And that's why you select them to support and help your business grow and flourish. So looking out at the landscape and really saying, what can I access in order to help grow and develop my business from a financial perspective? But the other piece through our business accelerator that we focus on is going back to the business fundamentals. I mentioned earlier that, we were talking about change. What is change? How has change been, this time of COVID affected our businesses? What can we do? And the question was, how do you see change? A few days ago, we had Earl, I believe it was yesterday, he talked about change as a positive thing. And some of us, we look at change and we're like, man, this sucks. I cannot move forward. The world's coming to an end. After you have that moment, take a step back and say, what can I do? Where are the opportunities? How can this time of change be a learning opportunity, a place for me to grow from? And that's the encouragement. When you look at change, change is inevitable. We know that. So how do you prepare for that? The thing is, when we oftentimes go through tumultuous changing periods, we become exposed in three main areas I've come to understand. In our health, and we're not just talking about our physical health or mental health, spiritually, socially, and not just for ourselves as business owners, but also for, our team and the company overall. The health of the company suffers or have the potential to suffer during a time of change. The other piece, the other area where we see change creating exposure for risk is around the management of processes and systems. You may see breakdowns in those spaces as you're navigating this time of COVID, of this time of change. There may be a death in the family, sadly, that may impact how the business is progressing. And the last area is around the wealth that the business is ultimately occurring over the time of its lifespan. And so when we talk about wealth, we look at the assets that the business has, as well as the financial wealth and potential legacy to be able to pass on to other generations. But the other wealth component I like to talk about is the relationships that we have nurtured in the business. And looking at that really is not just, you and your team, but the relationship that you have with your customers, as well as other people in the network as it relates to growing and flourishing your business. Partnerships, collaboration partners, are all valuable as you're looking to navigate this time of change. So and many of us, our business is going through a cycle of change, you want to be mindful of those three areas: the health, the management section, as well as the wealth, right? And once you're looking at those three areas, you're then able to take a step back, take inventory. What is the most important thing that we need to do? We need to have a discussion as a team. So if you're a solopreneur, have a discussion with yourself. Find a mentor, find advisors to support you, to help you think through this. Find other entrepreneurs, your peers who are also navigating this time. Find communities like Empowered for X or ACBN and others out there that can help you think through these processes, these challenging times. So really looking at how can you move forward? What can you do? One of the things we talked about on our previous section, people talking about their why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And we heard the word again, because I love it, because I love serving people, because I love engaging with people. When you have that core element of why you want to continue to build your business, you can then continue on this journey. I was also asked the question, Where do you start? I like to tell people you need to start with market research, and that comes in the form of primary research as well as secondary research. Research really looking at, okay, I'm going to go out into the marketplace. So I'm looking at what's happening in my environment and making a decision as to understanding the people with the problem that I'm trying to solve. Getting really clear on the problem and really clear on the people who have it will ultimately help you make effective decisions as you're building your company in order to make the most impactful change. Honestly, I want to say, if you're struggling with that beginning stages, there's tools like the business model canvas or the lean business model canvas, which is, I will say, the beginning one, the lean canvas and the business model canvas. I like to use the two together because one talks really about really getting clear on that problem, looking at, who has that problem, that customer identification. They both talk about the value proposition. One talks about the metrics, so looking at the key performance indicators that are necessary for you to really grow and flourish your business, but really then taking a step back in terms of how can you align your business in a way that it is ultimately growing to help your business. With the business accelerator that we have, really looking at those foundational pieces, but then also going a step further in terms of understanding the other components as it relates to your business, looking at the finances, looking at the opportunities in which you can also start leveraging your network, looking at the administrative and the operational processes as it entails. I see Raj is here with us here today. Hey, Raj, how you doing?
Very well. How are you doing, Chris-Beth?
Good, good. I was just talking about some of the business things that we do here at Empowered Facts, and I thought it would be interesting for people to just you come on and talk a little bit about some of the pain points you're seeing entrepreneurs are facing currently in the marketplace.
Okay, so if we talk about the business accelerator and the pain points that our clients or all the business in the environment, specifically the BIPOC entrepreneurs, if they're facing in the market, they don't know they have the business. It doesn't matter if they're running a social enterprise, they're running a sole proprietorship, or even if they're incorporated, they have the business, they have the idea, but what they lack is the clarity, right? They lack the clear path where they want to go and how they want to do it. Yesterday, I had a call with this beautiful lady. She said, "I have a business plan, but I don't know if I'm a nonprofit, if I should get incorporated." I said, what you need is a business plan right now, right? And with this accelerator, we don't say that, okay, in the first 2 months you'll get a business plan, right? You develop a business plan over the 6 months. You streamline your business end to end. We walk you through your business, how to do it, how to make it technologically advanced, and making sure that nobody rejects your business plan and says no to you for investment or for funding or for grants. We make sure that you have it all in your business and you're ready for them. This is what we plan to do. And the pain points that they, as I said, they feel that they lack clarity, and they also feel that they don't have the support that they need right now. This a mentor, right? Somebody to hold their back and hold their hand and walk them through the business process. And that's why we at Empowered for X, we're committed, and we always have this conversation that leave everything aside. We want our people to win, right? The community, not only the BIPOC entrepreneurs, not only the Black entrepreneurs, we want everybody to win, right? So
Yeah.
this is some valuable insights that I have from all the calls that I've been on.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Raj. And to his point, yes, once you walk through our doors, we see you as family, regardless of where you've come from, what the color of your skin is. This is a safe, inclusive space for you. And we see you as winners. And we want to invest our time and energy and resources into you to ensure that you're not doing this alone. You are doing this in community with a supportive group of people to help you navigate this space. And one of the things, you mentioned, Raj, around clarity, I was just saying that earlier, oftentimes when we're looking to step out as an entrepreneur, or even if we're running our businesses, even myself, there are moments where you have to check yourself. Am I doing this the right way? How can I pivot? How can I move forward? And really, sometimes you need to step outside of yourself, have conversations and dialogues with your team, have conversations and dialogues with mentors, coaches, and your peers. I talked about that a little bit earlier. And really, the Accelerator fosters that for you in terms of growing and flourishing your business. The other piece you talked about was that navigating, right? These are uncertain times, and really looking at a way in which we could, help you navigate that together. The journey of entrepreneurship is try, fail, win. Try, fail, win, or try, fail, 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 win, or try, win. But the main thing I want you to get out of this is that you have to try. Remember, there's so many unknowns. What does, I was asked the question, when COVID bans are lifted, are you going to continue with digital products like, or BizGrams or the Accelerator in this virtual way? And how is that then going to impact your physical way? I ultimately see it going a hybrid version. I love the virtual aspect where today I am well dressed, but sometimes when I'm in meetings at home, yes, I put on a nice top, but I'm in my PJs and my cozy socks, and giving people the ability to still be comfortable, learn and grow their business in environments and spaces that they can thrive. And so that's what we'll continue to do, serving our community here at Empowered Facts. And so, Raj, my next question for you, as someone who has been here from the beginning, as part of our team, why do you do what you do? I ask my guests on BizGrams every day, why do you do what you do? And Raj, the question is yours. Why do you do what you do?
This has a story, but being mindful of time, I won't take that much of the space. But when I joined your company first, this was my first job in Canada as an immigrant, right? Um, we always spoke about a lot of big things, how we want to support and how we want to empower the community, right? And that's what keeps me driving, that seeing people win, our people win, all of them win, and the satisfaction that they get out of coming out of different programs and different mentorships, be it accelerators or be it coaching sessions or workshops, right? It gives an immense satisfaction to myself and to the company, because it's at the end of the day, it's all about connections that you make at a personal level, right? And seeing people win, it's like seeing your family win, right? And also, Empowered for X has a vision that I envision myself seeing, because we have had this conversation so many times, saying, oh yes, Chris-Beth, we'll have a place where all of the entrepreneurs will come, we'll have a good time, we'll do this, we'll do that. We have all the plans, we have a vision. That's what keeps me driving and keeps me want to help people. And whenever I have all these calls, I ought to be very honest, I don't prepare for these calls. Yes, we do follow some things, some questions and all, but whatever I say, I feel it. I feel from there, and it's the vibe I get from them, and it's the vibe I give them. I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to feel that yes, this person is there to help me. And over the period of time, I've evolved so much working with you, as my mentor is Chris-Beth, right? And working with you, I get myself this feeling that I have been empowered so much that I have this capability, not compared to you, Chris-Beth, but I have some capability to transfer that energy to the other
Hey, you
person,
got
even
the
if you're
Raj
feeling.
version, I got the Chris-Beth version. Okay, so you got your own powers, I got my powers, and that's what I love, harnessing people's powers, right? And
Yes,
really giving them the ability to go out in there and make a positive difference. And
yes.
Raj, one of the things as you're talking, I get emotional about people talking about the impact that I've had on their lives, because you have made a positive impact on my life being here as part of the Empowered Facts family. And one thing that I would say to viewers looking out today is remember, the people that come on to your company should share your values. And that's where the alignment happens. That's where the flourishing happens. That's where, sometimes there may be the pulls and the tugs, but the understanding, the mutual understanding and respect is there so that you can grow together. Raj, I just want to say thank you so much. For the work you continue to do to support our clients here at E4X. And for the folks that are looking, and I want to just simply say, the work that we're doing here is ultimately for you. I mentioned today we've been able to partner with the Afro-Caribbean Business Legacy Symposium to promote business education. And really, if you're able to tap in, we're going to put the code in there. I do believe we still have a couple tickets that you could take advantage of. We're giving it to anyone that sees it, wants it, join, please. But really, the main focus is around you getting your plan right. Raj talked about having a business plan. It is so essential to understand what's my mission, what's my vision, how am I going to mitigate risk in my business, because the risk factor is always going to be there. I'll share this quickly. In 2019, I had just got a group of students to support me in terms of developing what I had envisioned here. And in the parking lot behind me, our E-Fest. We wanted to have an entrepreneurial fest. We talked about risk associated with what if it rains? If it rains, we'll get tents so that people can go in there. We talked about what if the speaker stuff fail? Oh, we have a backup, or the power fail. We have a backup generator. We talked about other things for mitigating risk. The one thing that we did not talk about was a pandemic, right? And so sometimes you realize that you cannot plan for everything, okay? Which is okay. It's okay not to be okay at times. So what happened? We had to put that to rest, right? That was supposed to be May 2020. It never happened. The dream is for it to still happen one day. We will see when that happens. Okay, you will be invited. Stay tuned. Why I share that? Because sometimes we cannot plan for everything. But in spite of not being able to do that, I can honestly tell you, we went virtual. We reached people in Ghana, in BC, in Eastern, PEI, out in Halifax area. We were able to still reach and do the work by not giving up. And ultimately, by plugging into our communities, you're going to have awesome people like Raj, our team, Leanne, Ryan, all of these people, myself, encouraging you to keep that fire lit within you and keep plowing forward. So I wanted to just say also, we have a couple events coming up with our partners, Jelly Social, on March 4th, sorry. And the link for that would also be in the chat. We're talking about Be Social. So we're inviting social media expertise from across the board to come and engage and give feedback to you, and an opportunity to network with other entrepreneurs. I think last I checked, we had 50 people signed up for it, which is super excited. It's a free event. I do believe if you buy last minute, there's a 5-minute entry fee, but definitely you want to check it out, and the value is there. The last thing I would just say is the Accelerator is, the page is live. We are accepting people. If you go to the page right now, you'll see join the waiting list. That is going to be flipped on. Join now. You could also sign up for the waiting list, but throughout the Accelerator, you're going to have an opportunity to connect with mentors, subject matter experts to help your business grow and flourish. And we are going to be with you every single step of the way, helping you to get access to grants. What we find out first, you find out first, and then we tell everybody else, because we believe that information is already out there. So let's help make sure people get access. But we get first movers' rights. And so, Raj, the last thing that I will ask you before we hop off is, tell me something you do that is fun epical. And you know my word, fun epical, fun and epic adventures, great or small, done to express self-love. What do you do to express self-love in a fun epical way?
Are you talking about the workplace or?
Raj.
I'll tell you one thing, and I've always prepared this myself to answer any interview. Like it is very amusing if people know this, and very few people know this. I've always prepared saying that, okay, what do you do apart from what you have on your resume, right? And this is a real thing that I'm a huge car fan, automobile fan. I love everything revolving around that, right? And I bought my first car last year, and this is something inside me. I go to car dealerships, I crack a deal, no matter what car it is, be it a BMW or a Hyundai Sonata or whatever it is, right? Even if I don't want to buy them, right? I'll make 2 meetings, I'll make 3 meetings just to see how low they go and just to see how good I am at negotiations, right? So this is something I love doing. I've been to multiple car dealerships just to practice my negotiation skills. And
Hey,
that
I love
is
it.
that's a great place to do it. Yes,
Hey,
and
that's
surprisingly, I got a quote for $365 bi-weekly, and I got it down to $270 bi-weekly. So this is something that I wanted to share always.
awesome. Self-love, practicing your negotiation skills. I love it. Very unique and very Raj. So Raj, tell us, what's your favorite car?
My favorite car currently, it's Mercedes G-Wagon. I'm being very realistic. I'm not saying Lamborghini Aventador or LaFerrari or something like that, but right now it's Mercedes G-Wagon G63 AMG.
Hey, awesome. I want a Tesla. So my thing with cars, be pre-pandemic. So last year I didn't, but I would go and test drive a Tesla at least once a year, just to feel that, visualize myself doing this every day. I also had the hands-free experience as well. That was really cool on the highway. But yeah, I just wanted to share that as well. My thing is test drive. I don't go to negotiate the Tesla just yet. I just go to test drive the Tesla.
I think I can do the negotiation and you can take the test drive.
Okay. Yes. Yes, awesome. Well, folks, thank you so much for watching us today, stopping by. You will see some information about the grants that I mentioned and the walkthrough, as well as stuff about the Business Accelerator, where you can start looking at us and checking us, and you'll have a discovery call with Raj, learning about what we do here at Empowered X to help your business, from our family to your family, sending you lots of love. Or lots of love. And we will see you next week. It is Friday. Yes. And so again, I want to just say, check out the Legacy Symposium. A code will be there. Go and attend. Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Have a good weekend.